For years, interacting with artificial intelligence meant typing into a chat window. The system would generate an answer, stop, and wait for a human to give it another command. It was a passive tool requiring constant oversight. Now, developers are taking large language models and fracturing them into specialized modules called agents. Instead of waiting for prompts, these agents string together multiple complex steps, passing instructions to one another and executing entire workflows entirely on their own. To organize massive amounts of product data, researchers didn't use human moderators. They deployed a loop of specialized AI agents. This workflow diagram from a recent e-commerce study shows exactly how this operates in practice. One agent builds the basic categories, another refines definitions, and a third extracts details to populate a final structured knowledge graph. No human intervenes. These interconnected agents transform AI from a writing tool into a system capable of end-to-end digital labor. This pie chart illustrates the current global artificial intelligence software as a service market. Notice how fragmented the space is, with 84% divided among smaller players. But those tiny slivers at the top belong to Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and NVIDIA. They maintain enormous influence because almost all of those smaller companies must rent server space from their centralized cloud networks to run their AI models. Meanwhile, Chinese developers have rapidly introduced highly capable AI models like Kimi and Qwen, intensifying the global competition to build out agentic capabilities and capture global users. Control over the infrastructure powering this autonomous workforce is now the central strategic objective, superseding the race for the most capable chatbot. The open-source community's answer to that centralized control is a viral framework called OpenClaw, affectionately known by its developers as the Lobster. OpenClaw bypasses major cloud providers, deploying AI agents entirely locally on personal hardware. This creates the one-person company. A single operator can spin up a localized network of digital workers to run an entire business in a closed loop. Because the system runs locally, highly sensitive enterprise data never leaves the user's physical premises. This eliminates the risk of corporate data leaking into a public cloud server. By decentralizing digital labor, OpenClaw bypasses the lucrative monthly subscription models that major tech firms rely on for revenue. The major players are already pushing back. Anthropic recently took action to block third-party tools like OpenClaw from accessing their Claude models through standard user accounts. Users had been paying a flat $200 monthly subscription, but by attaching these autonomous frameworks, they were running background tasks nonstop. This continuous agentic labor was burning through thousands of dollars in Anthropic server compute time. But the friction goes far beyond corporate billing disputes. The financial sector is currently grappling with a severe systemic risk known as the black box trap. Modern, advanced deep learning models lack transparent logic. If an asset management firm deploys autonomous agents to trade securities continuously, the internal reasoning behind those trades is completely impossible to audit. If one of these agents hallucinates a financial trend and begins executing thousands of rapid-fire trades without human oversight, it could trigger a catastrophic market feedback loop before anyone understands what is happening. Removing human checkpoints in cloud oversight allow for 24/7 productivity, while simultaneously creating blind spots in financial auditing. Professor Feng Wei describes this moment as the lobster revolution. We are witnessing a structural economic shift from purchasing software applications to deploying and managing digital labor. Modern efficiency is calculated by workload execution. The volume of independent tasks an agentic network can finish in a single hour. This demands a completely different human skill set. Workers must pivot from executing linear individual tasks to orchestrating broad net toward local agentic labor, forces a reassessment of the high-margin subscription models and linear workflows that defined the previous decade of technology. This revolution provides individuals with immense local leverage. But without strict, deliberate human oversight, the same technology risks profound corporate and financial instability. To successfully navigate this transition, you need to understand how to build and control these tools yourself. Head over to the Learn by Doing with Steven YouTube channel and other video platforms for practical guides on mastering these agentic frameworks. And to dive deeper into the data shaping these macroeconomic trends, listen to the Steven Data Talk podcast on YouTube Music or Spotify.